I can't believe the words that are about to come out of my mouth, but Michael Bay is officially returning to direct the Transformers movie. I used to pray for times like this. This shit really means something to me. He did it. He's the one I want. Don't talk to me, criminal. I was just sitting at home watching cartoons, playing video games with my cousin, and he came in here. But all right, Sammy Hill, Kuni Yatada, because there's so much more to talk about here, because there's more than meets the eye with this news. It looks like we're getting a whole lot of new Transformers movies and some potential returns of some familiar faces. And either way, me and you know what we got to do. We got to talk about it. Boom! You looking for this? Because according to industry insider Matt Bellany, Michael Bay is officially set to return to direct the Transformers movie at Paramount. And every time I hear that, I just feel like saying, Lord have mercy, I'm about to bust. But that's not all, because we learned even more information about this news, like the fact that Michael Bay actually approached the studio last year about being an executive producer on Transformers movies and potentially directing one. So now we got our answer. And he's currently got a writer, Jordan Van Dina, working on this project. But not only that, we learned that there's 5 other Transformers movies currently in production. And I just gotta say, after many tumultuous years, many late nights on hands and knees praying to God, wondering what happened to Michael Bay's Transformers sauce, on knees every night praying, yearning that we would get the sauce back in Transformers that has been so severely missed. This news legitimately almost brought a tear to my eye. Like my brother in Christ, it's midnight on the West Coast and I had to go to my car because my pregnant fiance is currently asleep. Like, that's just how much this really means to me. Something to me, I can't even speak. And after, unfortunately, the flop that Transformers 1 was at the financial box office, I mean, this is a great movie, don't get me wrong. I thoroughly enjoyed this. I mean, a lot of people might say this is the best Transformers movie. I think it's top 3 for sure. But that man, Michael Bay, said, you could not live with your own failure. Where did that bring you? Back to me. And it also looks like we finally know what Michael Bay was contemplating. Inhale that aura from my goat. 4 buttons down, legs spread open on a leather couch is insane aura. Nah, matter of fact, this is pure aura. I just touched it and I got +5 aura. And so what? I've been thinking about Michael Bay's return to the Transformers franchise. Who hasn't? Who hasn't? And look, man, say what you want about Michael Bay. I know it's a controversial subject matter, especially when you're talking to pure Transformers fans about his movies. I'm always a fan for adaptation, and I love Michael Bay's sauce. I know the Dutch angles, the insane over-the-top action, sweaty characters, and explosions can be a little too much for people, but for me, it's like just pure unadulterated Bayham. I love it. And he reinstilled my love for the Transformers that I already had when I was younger. And now he's gonna be bringing drone shots to the Transformers franchise. What are we talking about? I'm just like, I'm giddy, bro. I don't even use the word giddy. I'm over here gigging. I'm from the Bay, bro. And I'm using words like giddy. No Josh. I'm not even gonna hold you. The last live action Transformers movie we got, despite it having some really solid moments like Bumblebee's, don't call it a comeback scene, it just didn't have that sauce. It didn't have that aura. And I don't know if this is a hot take or a controversial take, but I said it when the first time I saw it. I think this might be Peter Cullen's worst performance as Optimus Prime. I was just watching the movie like, look how they massacred my boy.
It is a visual and therefore a visceral betrayal. Stop it.
You are not him. You are not him. Because if we could be honest, Optimus Prime is literally aura personified. His name is literally perfect Optimus Prime. You'll never stop at one. I'll take you all on. Who would you be without me, Prime? Time to find out, nut. I'm about to combust. And mind you, he basically made Bumblebee of all fucking Transformers a household must-watch name. Because this man took a simple concept of a boy and his first car, meshed it with elements of E.T., Transformers, and gave us one of the best bromances in cinematic history. Fuck you, I don't care what you say. But Michael Bay, Paramount, job's not finished. You know exactly what you gotta do. We gotta bring that man, Ladies Man 217 back. Are you username Ladies Man 217? Are you username Ladies Man 217? Where are the eBay items 21153? Where are the glasses? Why am I like this? Someone help me. I'm looking at Michael Bay returning to direct a Transformers movie like Thanos looking at his gauntlet after getting a stone. 1 down, 5 more to go. And come here. I know he's dead, but we don't gotta talk about it. We don't have to talk about it. That's an easy retcon. That's an easy retcon. Because if we get Michael Bay back, Shia LaBeouf back, you know we gotta get Megan Fox back as Michaela, his one true love. This might be the hottest anyone has ever looked in a movie ever. And this was a seminal moment in not just my childhood, I know a lot of y'all childhoods too. This was the moment that I knew that I was no longer a boy. I was a man who had needs and thoughts. Thoughts that I love women. But you already know we need one man, alone, betrayed by the country he loved. I'm beneath the enemy scrotum. If we get John Turturro, Carmine Falcone, Irving from Severance, Agent Simmons back, $5 billion the box office. I don't care what no one says. And you know what, man? He go 2 more for you. Because I need Josh Duhamel back as Lennox, and I need Tyrese back as Epps, just so I can hear left cheek, left cheek, left cheek. No, I don't want a premium plan. I love this shit so much, bro. I love these movies. Now, don't forget, there's also that potential Transformers and G.I. Joe crossover movie. If we got Michael Bay directing a Transformers G.I. Joe crossover movie, I don't know, I might just be on the moon. I'm gonna be up there with Steve Rogers on the fucking moon. I'm the Dark of the Moon. Transformers Dark of the Moon. Because Michael Bay, can you take me higher? I know he was set to originally executive produce this movie, so maybe that's the movie he was talking about. So maybe he is definitely directing this. And all I gotta say is, bro, Michael Bay returning to direct this movie, it legit might make like $1 billion. It'll make $1 billion. I'm telling you right now, it'll make $1 billion.
So to recap the entirety of the news, because we got even more little details here, there are currently 5 Transformers movies in development, not production. That's on me. I misspoke throughout the video, so I tried to cover it up. Development is a different stage in production. Development means they're, kind of just ideating behind the scenes, like, okay, what could be the concept for this movie? Whereas production is them like actively filming and making the movie. So they're not actively filming and making the movie, they're developing them. And the 5 projects in development are Michael Bay's project that he's definitely at least executively producing with that script from Jordan Davina, and he is most likely going to be directing that movie itself. So that's going to be incredible. I can't wait to see what he brings back to this franchise. Because like I said, Michael Bay is kind of divisive amongst Transformers fans. A lot of people hate him. And let's be honest, the last 2 movies he made weren't the best. So maybe this 8-9 year break that he got from the Transformers movie kind of revitalized him and refreshed his, love and want for the Transformers franchise. And maybe he has a new cool idea. And I'm all for it, man, because while he might have made some of the worst Transformers movies, don't forget, the first Transformers movie is great. The second one, I think, is hilarious. It's kind of bad, but it's hilarious. And then Transformers Dark of the Moon, I think, is incredible. Like, I really like Transformers Dark of the Moon. So, you kind of get good and bad with Michael Bay. But I'm ready. I'm excited to see what he brings to the franchise. Again, I think this is really cool for Transformers 1 director Josh Cooley, who, they announced the other day that Transformers 1 will not get a sequel because it just wasn't financially profitable. So Paramount said, all right, we're not going to continue with that. But guess what, Josh Cooley? He got 1 more for you, as they're going to let him direct a live action film of the Transformers. I don't know what that means. I don't know what it could be, but I still think that's just incredible, because can you imagine me and Josh Cooley making, in my opinion, one of the better Transformers movies of all time, and now kaput. It's gone. Can't make any more because it just didn't make any money. This is dope. I can't wait to see what he develops. And then they still have the Transformers and G.I. Joe crossover movie that they tease at the end of Rise of the Beasts. I'm not sure if that's going to be Michael Bay's movie, but regardless, you already know Hasbro, Paramount can't resist. That's going to be a way to make a bunch of money, because who doesn't love Transformers and G.I. Joe? And then lastly, there's just 2 other ideas that are in very early stages, so I'll have to wait and see on that. But I feel like one of these projects has to take place on Cybertron, right? Like, I know we got Transformers 1 on Cybertron, but come on, man, can we get a live action one fully on Cybertron, not just the opening of Bumblebee? I think that'd be fire. Either way, I'm excited. Maybe even spin-offs of other certain characters would be dope.
But yeah, that's all the new news we got about the Transformers. Michael Bay is officially set to return to direct a Transformers movie. They currently have 5 projects in production, including the Transformers and G.I. Joe crossover movie. And Josh Cooley is actually also going to be directing a live-action Transformers movie after he directed Transformers 1. So while they might not be continuing on with Transformers 1, at least Josh Cooley gets to direct a Transformers movie. But either way, let me know what you think about this news down in the comments below. And as always, like and follow for more. We ain't never been more back. Hit my music.